Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today I want to tell you about my current favorite. It may change, for Bach's B minor Mass. Now, I did a big video, you saw it, about my Bach problem. I do not like Bach unreservedly. I know he was a genius. I have some issues with the way that genius manifested itself. And I don't have to go into the things I don't like about him, because what I want to talk about here is the stuff by him that I love. And the B minor Mass is certainly one of those pieces. It's an extraordinary piece, and it's part of that series of works that Bach wrote that summarized music as he knew it. You know, everything that Bach did had a certain, pedagogical, didactic, encyclopedic purpose to do everything that was possible to do with the music of his time. And the B minor Mass was assembled at the end of his life, mostly from earlier works, with some original new stuff as necessary. And there was no reason for him to do it, because he was a Lutheran and they didn't perform a full-length Catholic Mass. And this isn't even suitable for a Catholic service either. It's really a concert piece based on the text of the Latin Mass. And, we could only surmise why Bach did it, but certainly one of the reasons, a similar reason to Haydn and Beethoven and all those other people who wrote Masses, is that in those days, Bach had written hundreds of church cantatas full of glorious music, which were used to wrap people's sandwiches in once they were done singing them. If he wanted his best choral music to survive, he had to set it to what was considered at that point, and it still is by many people, an eternal text, a sacred text, a text that would endure forever, just as, hopefully, the music would endure forever. It was like a little fly just flew into my ear there. Can't win, can we? It's the summer. Ugh. Anyway, so this Mass is, in a sense, Bach's summary of everything that he could do in the choral medium. And boy, oh boy, is that great. I mean, Bach is great, and his choral writing is amazing. And the B minor Mass is totally phenomenal. It's glorious. And the recording that I wanted to talk about, and it may surprise you, it's a recent one. It's actually a recent one. There are wonderful, wonderful performances of the B minor Mass, lots and lots of them. And when I did my talk on the Bach choral works, my videos, I did period instruments and modern instruments, and I sort of broke them up that way so that you could choose depending on how you like the approach. But this one is kind of a happy medium. It's kind of in the middle, I would say, and I like that, because it's in the middle, but in all of the right ways. It's let's see, who's doing this? It's the choir of Trinity College, Cambridge, with Stephen Layton, and the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment on Hyperion. So it's period instruments. It's normal singers. It's not, men and boys. It's got like real people singing. And I think it's real people singing, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, there's a list here of everybody who's doing it. Let's see if I can dig it out. Or is there not a list? Maybe not. I don't know. They're really good singers. And my colleague, David Vernier, reviewed this originally on ClassicsToday.com. It's an insider review. So if you're a ClassicsToday.com insider, please feel free. Oh, here they are. Yes, it's not kitties. There they are. I knew it. You can tell right away listening to it that it's women singing, But I if I said it the other way, I'd get it wrong. So I just wanted to get to the photo. Yeah, it's like normal people, and they sing fabulously, absolutely fabulously. And my partner, Dave Vernier at Classics Today, actually saw them do it live, and said it was absolutely thrilling. But he reviewed this originally, and I agree with him 100% that it summarizes, in a sense, everything that you can do with period instruments and also with modern forces, at least in this case, in the choral ensemble. It's not one to a part. It's not crazy tiny. It's not elephantine. It's just right. Everything is in proportion. There are enough singers so that when you have to divide up into, 6 parts for the Sanctus and 8 parts for the Hosanna, it doesn't sound like, everybody suddenly disappeared and you've got too few people for what the music wants. I mean, that's one of those awful things that happens in the teeny tiny forces performances. Just when Bach's music is reaching the apotheosis of grandeur, the performance starts to sound smaller and smaller and teeny and tiny, and it's just so ridiculous. It really is. But this is gloriously sung, and let's see, who are the soloists? Catherine Watson, Helen Charleston is mezzo, Catherine Watson's the soprano. We have Yeston Davies, the countertenor, because you've got to have a countertenor. I mean, an alto would be even better, but Yeston Davies is a very good countertenor. He really is. And we've got Gwilym Bowen, tenor. Gwilym. Where do these people get these names? They're Welsh, it must be. And Neil Davies, bass. And holy cow, just a terrific performance. It flows, it's exciting, it's marvelously recorded. I just can't think of anything to criticize about it. I really can't. It just gets everything right when it does all the things the B minor Mass is supposed to do, and does them with aplomb and excitement and virtuosity and impeccable musicianship. And so there you go. That's my pick at the moment. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you get a chance to listen to this. I think you'll really like it. I really do. Take care.